Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I'm your favorite tarot reader on YouTube. I'm going to be doing your August 2024 general reading now. I know, maybe slightly different. I've got a little bit of a different setup. And some of you have requested that I do more face to camera videos, readings, whatever. So that's what we're trying this month. Now, the other thing I wanted to throw out there is I would love it if you guys would subscribe to the channel and also give this video a thumbs up because I'm really trying my best to make better content for you. So for the readings this month, I'm going to be using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then, Sagittarius, I will close out your reading with a intuitive life coaching oracle card. Now, in case you didn't know, I go live 2 times a week. So if this reading doesn't really answer your questions, you can ask me anything during those live streams. They happen on Monday and Friday about 2:15 Pacific time. So the next one is going to be this coming Friday, and I would love to have you there. And like I said, you can ask me anything about anything. And it's basically live on the spot readings, answering your questions. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the reading, Sag. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle the camera down. That way you guys can see the cards because I know that is what you guys want to see. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So what do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of August 2024? And like I said, this is going to be a general reading, so it will include everything: life, money, relationships, and whatever else comes up. All right. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius for August 2024? All right, Sag. So right away, what I am picking up with this Knight of Swords is what I'm getting is there's something that you've been working on and you're starting to see results. But the thing is, the results are going to be temporary because there's something that still needs to be focused on, something where you still need to fix something. All right. And I'm feeling like that's work related. Oh, and we've got the Ace of Wands. That's a nice one. Okay. Let's get right into it. Like I said, the Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving, energetic card. It means that something shows up really quick, but then it disappears just as quickly. And the other thing too is that, like I said, I'm picking up with this card that this is something you've been working on, and you're going to see some short-term results or some short-term success or some temporary success. But don't worry, that doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It just means that you have to keep going, or there may be something that you need to tweak or adjust along the way. I'm picking up that this is a project. This could be something work related, or this could be something business related for a lot of you. Next up, we do have the King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups is in the reverse for me. The King of Cups is all about emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. So be very careful about allowing your emotions to get the best of you, especially during the first week of August. Okay, you may be feeling a little bit more emotionally sensitive, or it could be that maybe you just have some things that need to be resolved or things that need to be kind of processed, as you kind of move throughout the month. Next up, we've got the Page of Wands, or in this deck, it's called the Page of Rods. Now, this means that you've got some good news coming as it relates to work, as it relates to your business. So there's going to definitely be something positive on the way in this first week of August for you. Again, this is something work related, and it could be something excuse me, that you've been waiting to hear about for a while, because that's what I'm picking up. Some of you are going to hear that you got a new job. Some of you are going to hear that you got a promotion. The other thing is I just feel like this is something good as it relates to your work, your business, or your career. Again, this is an announcement of some sort. Okay. Next, we got the Sun card. The Sun card is a card of literally all the good, success, happiness, joy, positivity that you can think of. This is a great card to see in the first week of your reading, Sagittarius. The Sun card is the most positive card in the deck. So I do feel like you're making a lot of progress, growth. The other thing is I feel like for some of you, this is going to be some health breakthroughs. Now, the Sun card also indicates that whatever you're doing, you are going to ultimately see success. Could be a relationship. Again, it could be something work related. All right. But you're doing all the right things and you're on the right track. Next, we do have the World card. This card is in the reverse. The World card talks about travel, in some cases, international travel, but it's also a card that talks about something is incomplete. So make sure that you fix or finish whatever it is before you kind of move to the next phase or the next step of something. Okay, now because we're talking about we were talking about work stuff in the beginning. I feel like this card is kind of related to what I talked about with this temporary success. In other words, it means that you're on the right track, but there's still something that needs to be adjusted before you're ready to expand, grow, move up, level up, so to speak. All right. So the World card talks about you're not quite finished on this step or this cycle. It's not quite complete. So make sure you take care of that before you move forward. Finally, we've got the Ace of Wands. This is literal cash in hand, but when I get this card in the reverse, it means that the cash comes through, but then it has to go right back out. So some of you are going to have to pay a bill or something like that. So the nice thing is that the money's coming in, but unfortunately, you're going to have to, give it right back out to someone, something, like I said, paying a bill or something. But it's always good when I see this card, because again, this literally means cash in hand. Now when we're not talking about money, this card also means growth and expansion, but with some challenges. And I think this is kind of in every area of life. When you grow, sometimes you grow into a new set of challenges. All right. But the thing is that you're fully capable of handling those challenges. So don't worry about them or shy away from them. Okay, so let's continue on, Sagittarius, and see what else shows up for you as it relates to everything for the month of August 2024. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius? All right, and I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious and aware, because I know that someone said my shuffling is really loud with this microphone. So I'm trying to be, a little bit more aware of that. All right. So the first card we got is the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands means that, again, I feel like you're going to be a little bit distracted with some things once we hit that second week of August. Now, distractions are not necessarily bad, but if you are working on a goal, this is something that you have to kind of rein in to some degree. All right. So remember to stay focused on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, especially in the second week of August. Next up, we got the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card about collaborations and working with partners or in a group. You're going to find the most success as it relates to maybe your business or your work, or even a personal project of some sort, if you work with someone. Now, this could be one person, it could be a group of people. But again, if you have the opportunity to work with others or to partner with others in some way, do that, because it's going to be mutually beneficial. All right, next up, we've got the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a celebration happening roughly in that second week of August. Again, this could be a gathering, this could be a party of some sort, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and socializing for you and the people around you. So this is a really good card. I feel like this is something that you've been needing or looking forward to for a while. Again, it's about being social and connecting with people you enjoy being with. Next up, we've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card that talks about being admired for the work that you do. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone reaches out to you in some way and says they want to hire you or work with you. The other thing about the Three of Pentacles in the reverse is this means that you may be downplaying your own skills to some degree. Now, this could be a confidence issue, or it could just be maybe you don't feel like you know as much as you do. The thing is don't sell yourself short, okay? You are very skilled and knowledgeable about something or multiple things, and you want to give yourself credit where credit is due. Finally, we've got the Queen of Swords. She's in the reverse. This means that it's time for her to say no to something. Always when you're working towards something, by saying yes to that thing, that means you're going to have to say no to something else. And that's what I'm getting with this card. It's time to say no to something. Again, this happens towards the end of the second week in August. Now, it's not because this isn't something that's good. It just means right now at this time, you need to put your attention, your time, and your energy elsewhere, and that you will actually get more by saying no. So don't feel pressured to agree to something that may not necessarily be, you know, something that's for you. All right, let's see if I can get a little bit more. All right, let's see what else shows up. Oh, these are some good cards. All right, Sagittarius. First off, we got that Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card that talks about you being in a position to be generous, which means you have way more than you think you do. All right. The Six of Pentacles is a card that talks about giving. So if you are in a position to give, do so because it's going to benefit you as well as the people around you. Now, sometimes when we give, we do so just because we're nice and generous, and that's all well and good. But there's nothing wrong with giving for the sole purpose of putting yourself in a position to either benefit in that moment or maybe benefit later on down the line. Now, I'm not saying you have to be manipulative in this regard, but remember that giving is always something that is karmic in nature, and so whatever you put out will come back to you in some way, shape, or form. Now, for those of you who have questions about money, the other thing that I've learned, and this is like a metaphysical thing, when you give, you're kind of putting out the message that you have more than enough and you will continue to have more than enough because you are in a position to bless others. Okay, so really think about that. Next, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse talks about a brand new source of income coming for a lot of you. However, this is going to be something that's temporary or short term. So maybe you had a side hustle, for the summer, and now it is coming to an end. But this is still good. It just means you have money coming in. However, it's not going to be a permanent source, but it's still beneficial and it's still good. Next, we do have the Tower card. Now, the Tower card talks about starting over. Sometimes this card reflects changes that need to be made, or something is not quite as stable as it could be, and you may have to go back and rework something. Now, this has kind of been a recurring theme or message in this reading today, Sagittarius. Before you move forward, double check, triple check that everything is as it should be, because the Tower card says that sometimes we have to deconstruct something in order to make it better. And sometimes during the deconstruction process, there is a lot of maybe chaos or maybe some uncertainty that comes along with that. But when all is said and done, it ultimately pays off. Next up, we've got the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords in the reverse talks about healing, releasing, and letting go. As a matter of fact, you may have some feelings about something that you are now feeling like you've processed and you've released. All right. So you've forgiven somebody, and these emotions are not getting in the way of you making decisions now. Okay. So this is a really good card because that's a card that talks about emotional healing. Next up, I've got the Page of Pentacles for you, Sagittarius. This is good news coming in as it relates to money. Now, the thing about this card is that it is in the reverse. So it means that this is something you're not expecting. So it could be to a lesser degree of what you thought you would get, or it could just be something totally out of the blue that you were not prepared for. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. It just means that this is some news or some announcement or some new information as it relates to your money that you were just totally surprised by. Okay. But it's not negative. I'm not picking up that this is negative at all. It's just like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, this soon, or I wasn't expecting this until, maybe X, Y, and Z happened first. All right. So that's a great card. Finally, we've got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups means that it's time to walk away from something. This happens in the second half of August. For some of you, I do believe this is going to be a job. For others of you, I feel like this could be a relationship. Maybe you've outgrown something. Maybe you're ready to move on and move forward, and maybe try something a little different as it relates to certain areas of your life. Like I said, I'm picking up a job for a lot of you. a lot of you, but I'm also picking up a relationship. Now, sometimes when you walk away from a relationship, it doesn't always mean like a breakup, but it does mean that maybe distancing yourself for a little while until you get more clarity and you make a decision about how you want the future of that relationship to be. All right, Sagittarius. So you've got a lot of, I'm feeling like a lot of powerful things happening that are, August is really setting you up for success. August is really setting you up for something that is bigger and better than what you anticipated, but you have to get everything in place first. So this is really a month of preparing, like I said, setting yourself up, doing the things that need to be done. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting confirmation wise here. It's about making some sacrifices. Of course, whenever we're trying to achieve certain goals, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And the thing is they're usually temporary. So you don't have to worry about it or feel like, oh, this is going to be my life forever. So we've got the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is travel. Looks like some of you are going to be taking a trip or planning a trip towards the end of August. Some of you are planning holiday travel at this time, maybe something for, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. But I do see that a lot of you are going to be traveling, like I said, or making plans to travel at the end of August. Next up, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This means that some financial support or assistance shows up, but it's not quite what you wanted or what you were promised. Now, again, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when you kind of know that maybe something may not be exactly as you thought it would be or wanted it to be, then you can kind of adjust when the thing shows up. In this case, the financial aspect of it. All right, so I do feel like some of you are going to get approved for a loan, but it may not be for the amount that you were hoping for. I also feel like someone said they're going to give you money, but again, it's not going to be the amount you were hoping for. That happens roughly about the end of August. Next up, we got the card of Judgment. This is the card of self-improvement and personal development. A lot of you are growing. A lot of you are maturing and you're learning not only about yourself, but really just about life. Some of you are going on a spiritual path. Some of you are just getting more and more clear about what it is you want. Now, the other thing about the Judgment card is that it really means that you have grown into a new and better version of yourself. And this is something that allows you to have more success and it allows you to have more options as you move forward, with whatever it is. Like I said, work, relationships, whatever. Okay. And the other thing about the Judgment card is sometimes it means that you let go of certain relationships that could be holding you back in some way. And I feel like some of you are going to be on that path or on that journey. All right, this is the card talking about self-sacrifice. We do have the Hanged Man here. This is always a card about putting aside what you want temporarily in order to get what you want in the long term. Remember, we talked about that as it relates to whatever it is you're trying to do. Finally, we've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card that talks about making a decision. Looks like by the time we wrap up August, Sagittarius, you have made a decision that you have been procrastinating on for a long time. All right, so again, that means progress in your life. And the thing I'm getting, Sagittarius, is August is all about, like I said, you preparing for something bigger, greater, having a better experience in some way. Preparation is key. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading with an intuitive life coaching oracle card. Oh, yes, card number 74, increase. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. All right, this is the card of increase. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. Wow, talk about confirmation of what we talked about in your reading today, Sag. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And if you like this setup. So, like I said, I'm trying to do more face-to-camera videos. Again, if this reading was not specific enough or you have a a question you'd like me to answer for you, make sure you join me for my Tarot Hour live streams that happen twice a week, Mondays and Fridays every week. Okay, we usually go for about an hour, sometimes 2 hours, but that is where you can ask me your personal questions and I will answer them for you. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know your thoughts, and I will check in with you again really, really soon.